and welcome to another live stream. Now, in this stream, I'm just going to give a bit of advice regarding things to look out for if you are to go to Benidorm for a mini break or a holiday. Now, there are two parts of Benidorm you've got to think about. Well, there's three really. There's three. You've got the Poniente side, you've got the Old Town in the middle, and you've got the Levante side. Now, where do most people go from Germany and from the UK? They go to the Levante side, okay, where most of the skyscrapers are, because it's known as the Manhattan of Spain, okay. But they go down to the Levante side. Old Town, Poniente is more Spanish, okay, because you've got your tapas bars, tapas alley, and you've got, a lot of tapas restaurants where you can get paella as well in a lot of the restaurants. You go down the British side, the Levante side, you've got fish and chips, curry, English breakfast, you name it, it's all down there. Loads of pubs, loads of clubs, loads of bars, okay? That's where people go for stag and hen do's as well, okay? But there are things that you just need to look out for and just be aware of, especially if you go to Benidorm as a solo traveller, whether you are a male solo traveller or particularly a female solo traveller as well. And just be aware of the pros and cons of going to Benidorm as a solo traveller, as well as families, couples, with children, whatever, teenagers as well, if they want to go for like a teen holiday where it's just teenagers on their own with no adults. Again, just be made aware of the pros and cons that you are liable to face in Benidorm. Okay, there's a few that I'm aware of because of going several times, but also reading things online that you need to be aware of in Benidorm. Okay, and it's not to stop people going to Benidorm or being put off, but there are things you just need to be aware of. So number one, the common one, is the use of ATM machines, right? So the rates, if you withdraw cash from an ATM machine on its own that's not connected to a bank, you will be ripped off massively. They recommend you use an ATM machine, automatic transaction machine, if you don't know what that is, hello to you. Use one that's connected to a bank, or go into a travel exchange place in the indoor market if you go down the Levante side of Benidorm. Hello to you, to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel at carlsmith25. So I would just say right now, just be made aware of things to look out for. So when I've gone to Benidorm, I have never used an ATM machine that's not connected to a bank. I've always made sure I've taken sufficient funds with me, and I've also got my debit card, and I can use Apple Pay on my phone as well. So don't use an ATM that's not connected to a bank. You can agree or disagree on this comment, whatever you like. At the end of the day, I'm just going from what people have said about it on other YouTube videos. So and some of them live there in Benidorm themselves, and they do YouTube videos, and they say on the videos not to use an ATM that's not connected to a bank. Okay. So another thing to be aware of in Benidorm, if you walk the Levante beach. Now, you might come across a group of people crowded round a cardboard box with a potato on it and a pea, right? Which basically, you get the pea men. That's what they're known as, the pea men, okay? Now, all the people that are surrounded by them are not tourists. They are scammers, okay? Tourists do take part, and they do lose a lot of money. And also, these people that are surrounding the pea men that are taking part in this thing, they can pickpocket you. So again, be aware of that, okay? And lots of tourists have lost lots of money, okay? So they are known as the pea men, and they are located on the Levante promenade. You will see them if you're walking past, and don't video them either, because they can get very aggressive, as I've seen in quite a few videos where people have been told to stop videoing, and they've even tried to pinch their phones and cameras. So please be aware of these individuals. Hello to you. Please subscribe to my channel at carlsmith25 if you wish to watch more blogs. So that's the ATM machines and the P-men, so be aware of those. Third, there's an area near Morgan's Tavern that is known as Muggers Alley. So again, be aware of that. And there's also other parts of Benidorm that can be quite dangerous at night as well, particularly near the Hotel Melia, the Flamingo Oasis Hotel, because you get a few people that mug tourists, especially if they're drunk, okay? I've read this last few days, where ones have been mugged, and it's a lot of Romanian people and other foreign nationalities that tend to rob tourists. So again, be aware of this, okay? Another thing, there's a pub in Benidorm known as the Red Lion, and quite a few people have been beaten up by the bouncers there as well. And even a girl recently got badly bruised and beaten up by some of the bouncers and security guards there as well. So again, don't go there if you want to, basically I would just suggest avoid that place at all costs, because they can get very aggressive. Hello to all of you. Please subscribe to my channel, Carl Smith 25. Lovely to meet you all on here. Just giving a bit of advice on Benidorm and just things to be aware of if you are to go there on holiday, because I've read quite a few things the last few weeks about incidents that have occurred in Benidorm, and some of them have not been very pleasant. So just be aware of that, particularly with school holidays that come up quite often in the UK. We've just had Easter, half terms coming up. There's a bank holiday coming up very soon this weekend. And of course, there's a summer holiday from July to August, where it can get very hot as well. So just be aware of these things that go on in Benidorm. So the P-men on the promenade, avoid them at all costs. Don't take part. Don't video them. Don't photograph them. They can get very aggressive. Don't use an ATM machine that's not connected to a bank. You won't get a very good exchange rate. There's one in the indoor market called Tony's. Apparently he's very good. Go in there and use that, or better still, just use your card or take sufficient funds, or even if you want to, exchange money at the hotels that you stay in. So you've got the ATMs, be careful with them. P-men, definitely avoid them. Don't go near the Red Lion pub at night. Lots of people are getting beaten up by the bouncers and security guards there. I've read loads of horror stories about that. There's also Muggers Alley near Morgan's Tavern, and there's another area around the back of that area of Benidorm that can be quite dodgy at night as well. They recommend you don't walk alone at night, particularly women, young girls that are vulnerable. Just avoid those areas. Be with people that you know, or, just go somewhere. If you feel a bit uncomfortable, go somewhere else, somewhere safe, or report it to somebody or the police or whatever. So it's just basically having common sense, and just watch your belongings and don't take with you more than enough money that you need, because again, you could find your things, your money, wallet, even phone swiped. So just be aware of this. And quite a few people have had their phones nicked while they've been in Benidorm as well. I fortunately haven't. I don't want to jinx that, because I've been a few times to Benidorm and I'm very aware of what goes on, because I've obviously watched YouTube videos and basically done enough research to think I need to be careful. I just need to be aware of my surroundings. Apart from that, you can have an enjoyable time. Or better still, don't go down the Levante side. If you are uncomfortable with certain areas, stick to the old town, stick to the Poniente side, or even get a taxi and go down to part of the Levante side and then get a taxi back. It's just it's just using common sense, basically. But apart from that, Benidorm is a nice place to go. There's lots of nice places to visit around Benidorm. My recommendations are Mundamar Animal Zone, Animal Park even. There's a water park next door. There's also Terra Natura. And also there's Terra Mythica, which is a theme park. You can visit that. There's also Guadalest and the waterfalls. Hello to you that are joining at CarlSmith25 to subscribe. You can follow my social medias as well. They're on my YouTube channel. You can find the links and you can follow me on them, on Instagram and Facebook. Hello to all of you that are joining this stream. Please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to the support. So yes, you can visit Guadalest and the waterfalls of Algar. They featured in the Benidorm series. You can get a boat trip from the Benidorm Marina round to Calpe. You can also get the local bus number 10 that goes to Altea. That's nice down there. And of course, you've got the Benidorm Island. You can go down to Finstrat. And you've got the Dove Park, Tapas Alley, and the balcony and Sherry's Bar. So there's lots of different areas of Benidorm to visit. So I'm just getting rid of some of the comments on here because some of them are just not appropriate at all, and it's kind of distracting. But yes, so I'll just say basically in a nutshell to just use your common sense if you go to places like Benidorm on holiday. It's a nice part of Spain, but again, just be aware of what goes on. Do some research, even watch YouTube videos that other people have done. There's one called Lucy, the Benidorm enthusiast. She's done a video about the P-men and different scams to avoid. There's quite a few videos on YouTube about Benidorm and the different things to be aware of. So please take a look at those channels and just use your common sense. But apart from that, don't be put off by having a holiday down there. And there's lots of flights that go from the UK to Benidorm. There's Ryanair, there's EasyJet, there's Jet2, there's TUI. There's plenty of flights that go to Benidorm. And you basically fly to Alicante, and then it's about an hour transfer to Benidorm on a bus. You can get a tram from Alicante down to Benidorm as well. Taxi, you're probably looking at 90 to 100 euros. I personally would either take a coach transfer as part of a package deal, or I think you can get a bus ticket at the airport now called the Elsa bus, and it's about 11 euros, something like that, and it drops you off at the bus station and in the centre of Benidorm as well. So you can use that if you prefer that. But apart from that, I generally book a package deal when I go on a mini break for 2 or 3 days or go for a week, which I did a couple of years ago. And I've been on a couple of mini breaks to Benidorm for 2 or 3 nights. And I've stayed at the Poseidon Playa. I stayed at the Plaza last year, which was nice, right on the centre of the old town, right at the back. So those are the 2 hotels I stayed in last year. I stayed at the Sol Pelicanos, where they filmed the Benidorm series, because you can also visit Mateo's bar, where Darren Litton owns the bar there. He co-wrote the Catherine Tate show and, of course, wrote the Benidorm series. Occasionally, you might meet a Benidorm actor or actress that comes in. I know Jake Canuso, who plays Mateo, he's been in that bar. Paul Chuckle has been in that bar. Chrissy Rock goes in the bar quite often because she lives in Benidorm as well. She played Janie, the Scouser one. And then you've got Sean Foster Connolly, who still performs in Morgan's Tavern, which is Neptune's off the series. He goes into the bar. Asa Elliott's been in there. Hannah Hobley, who plays Chantel, she's been in there. Steve Pemberton's been in there, who plays Mick. So you don't know who you're going to meet in there. Even Janine Davitsi, who plays Janice, she's been in there as well. Not Janice, Donald and Jacqueline, that's right. Donald's missus in the series as well. So, but yeah, so you don't know who you're going to meet in there. There's lots of Benidorm memorabilia in there. There's a little cabinet where you can buy things from the series. You can sit on Maggie's scooter. There's all pictures and around the bar of all the actors and actresses that are off the show. And the clapperboard that were used in the series where they go action. So that's in there as well. So Mateo's bar is in the Levante side, but it's worth visiting it if you are a fan of the series. And of course, you can stay at the Sol Pelicanos itself, where they filmed it at the poolside. You can go into Morgan's Tavern, and generally kids aren't allowed in there in the evening, but you can go in there in the day, and you can go in there and have a look in there. I've been in a couple of times, but it's just too noisy for me. I just go out, but I've just gone in and took a few photos and videos. At least I've seen it. And there's also a picture outside as well that says from the ITV series Benidorm, and it's got pictures of the actors and actresses on there. So if you're into the series of Benidorm, go and visit Benidorm. I'm not stopping you. The point of this video is just to basically make you aware of the pros and cons of things that go on. But apart from that, you can enjoy yourselves. You can have a sangria, you can have paella, you can have English breakfast, you can have fish and chips, you can have curry, Chinese food, you name it, it's there. But just be aware of the situation regarding certain things that could land you into a spot of bother if you're not careful. But apart from that, please subscribe to my channel at CarlSmith25. The whole point of my channel is to give people advice. It's not to lecture or preach and say, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. I'm just giving you advice and taking it from an experienced traveller that's been abroad quite a lot of times. And I basically just want to put my content out there to you guys and girls that are watching, just so that you can enjoy your holidays and not be put off by going to certain places. So if you want me to do videos on any place you want to go to or have been to, please leave a comment in the chat or in the comments under the video. But apart from that, the point of my channel is to help as many of you out there as possible to have nice holidays. Not that I'm a travel rep by any means, but I've got plenty of advice and information on certain things. I've done videos on passports. Hello to all of you that are joining. Hello to all of you. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel at CarlSmith25. Don't feel obligated to subscribe if you don't want to, but it's there if you would like to. It's free. It won't cost you a penny. You can click the notification bell. You'll get a notification when I upload a video. You can join the live stream. You can take part in the conversation. Obviously, keep it appropriate because I will remove comments that aren't, and I've had to remove a few off this. But if you keep it to traveling, and you can ask me any question you like on traveling, on cruising, on sightseeing, on places you've been to. You can tell me about your experiences. If you need any questions answering regarding anything, regarding currency, regarding passports, expiry dates, issue dates, whatever, I have done a video on it, and I will answer any questions that you have. But apart from that, this video was just to give advice on Benidorm. I hope you found it helpful. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please subscribe, as I've said, at CarlSmith25. Thank you for watching, and good morning.